weather climatic events like very, very high temperatures when they do happen, and other times very, very cold temperatures. For our part of the world, we are extremely, bedeviled with heavy downpours and longer spells of drought, which are affecting many aspects of our life. Associated with these features are a warming of the oceans with implications for the fish stock, and for that matter, implications for livelihoods. There's also a rising sea level, which is affecting low-lying communities in various parts of West Africa, and the world. All these have meant that indeed life cannot remain normal if we allow trends to continue the way they are going. Because of this, as far back as 1992, the global community adopted the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change and worked with it at many meetings, and eventually, after many years, in 2015, they came out with the Paris Agreement, which for the first time made rules or made obligations that are binding on states of the world. What are we sticking to with this Paris Agreement? First and foremost, all the world's countries commit to working individually and collectively to bring down, to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions, the carbon dioxide, and other emissions that go into the atmosphere. That is a commitment that they have all made. But all of them also agree that the rich industrialized countries should take the lead because they have contributed more, far more, to the menace.
The longest serving Minister of Health, and we are proud of him. Honorable, please, we'll invite you to take the podium and deliver your address. Please, let's put our hands together for him.
Your kind words, but the longest serving health minister is becoming a title. This cannot be conferred on anybody. This is an pleasure of the President of our nation. So let us tone that thing down a little bit before I begin to attract what I've been on to myself. So thank you. Madam Chairperson of WAHSUN, officials of the Public Services International, WAHSUN affiliates here present and online from all West African countries, distinguished invited guests, and media friends, ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to join you this morning at this important event, the opening session of the 22nd Plenary of the West African Health Sector Unions Network under the theme the correlation between climate change and health, and the role of health sector unions. Let me take the opportunity also to welcome you all to Ghana, the gateway to West Africa, with ever friendly and our welcoming people. It is indeed admirable to find health sector unions within the sub-region come together to form such a network. I believe there is a lot to learn and share when it comes to matters of health. The world is still battling with the COVID-19 pandemic, monkeypox, and Marburg virus disease, whilst Ebola rages in Uganda and other parts of Africa at the moment. Madam Chair, health professionals have been our most important resource in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic and have shown remarkable resilience and professional dedication despite the serious risks and challenges. Ghana is making conscious efforts to avoid being caught off guard in any future pandemic. We are improving the health infrastructure through the construction of Agenda 111 district hospitals with state-of-the-art equipment. We are in the process of establishing a local vaccine manufacturing plant to also manufacture vaccines, not only COVID-19, and other essential ones required for the expanded immunization programs in Ghana. We are also actively engaged in cold chain system enhancement to support the storage of high volumes of vaccines. We are also scaling up research labs in academia to improve biomedical research, the development of vaccine candidates. We are also trying to invest, partnering private sector to make our hospital laboratories a little bit more efficient and responsive for efficient diagnosis. Ghana is working to set up a CDC, and several other interventions are on the way. To the extent that our FDA, which has already achieved level 3 maturity, is working to upgrade to level 4 maturity. There are several other interventions I may not be able to mention. These are all part of preparedness for what future holds for us. We are living in anxiety on the globe at the moment, and I'll quote the keynote. Our speaker, we can't wait again to be caught off guard.
Change and health and the role of health sector unions. Indeed, also looking at the issues of galamsey which we are facing in Ghana, and the fact that some of our rivers directly flow through Ivory Coast, for example. It then doesn't become only a Ghana issue, but of course a sub-regional issue. And it's good for us as health sector unions in Ghana and elsewhere to also understand some of these things and the impact it has on the health of ordinary citizens. And for that matter, to set out an advocacy role that will also inform our fellow Ghanaians in terms of wherever they are and those that are actively engaging in some of these things to stop. We in the health sector and as health professionals are still going through a lot in terms of providing care to the citizenry. The challenges we face not only as unions, but as first and foremost health workers. Challenges of lack of equipment, lack of logistics, poor working environment, poor working conditions, poor salaries, and the rest. These are also informing the migration of our comrades who are actually moving to the UK, Canada, USA, and elsewhere. It's important that we continue to work with our governments to ensure that we better the lot of our members, to curb the issues of migration, because it's not only in Ghana. Nigeria is facing it, Kenya, South Africa, and the rest. And it's important that we look at these issues because it, at the end of the day, impacts the health delivery in our health systems.
Our distinguished Minister for Health, Honorable Kwaku. Before I give my vote of thanks, let me give one story, which is in the form of confession. In 2009, we had a distinguished lady here who is seated behind me, known as Mrs. Alice Dakwa Alote, who happens to be the president of Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association. She took me to Tunisia, Hammamet, for an African conference, a PSI African conference. And Reverend Yeboah, who is also seated behind me, was present. Reverend Yeboah gave me his iPad to take videos of beautiful, slender young ladies who were dancing. Instead of gazing the camera on these beautiful young ladies so that I could get some nice videos for him, I was rather watching the young, beautiful girls. By the time I returned the iPad, there was virtually no video. So today, they are behind us. They charted the course for us. They are the founding fathers and mothers of this wonderful sub-regional organization. And I stand here to thank God for their lives. And on behalf of the president of Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, who doubles as the chairperson of the sub-regional organization, WAHSUN, Mr. Minister, I would like to thank you for having time with us. The saying goes that we need to be grateful to those who make us happy, because they are the charming gardeners who blossom our souls. Our keynote speaker, thank you for that astonishingly wonderful thematic areas that we laid out, which seeks to lay emphasis on the need to apply ourselves diligently to the quagmires of Galamsey and its dangers. You've made it clear to us that we shouldn't behave as though we are the last generation to inhabit this earth. Our adorable President, Ghana Medical Association, is a brother and an ally to Nurses and Midwives, and a friend to the President of Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association. We are grateful for your presence and your young colleagues that you came with. The General Secretary, Health Service Workers Union, made this possible. The Planning Committee, very grateful. Dr. Gilbert, who led the delegation from Togo. And all of you here in Garden, including the fraternity that chose our program, bar and bar and other programs.
All right, so please, I need the